Hello there, everybody. Look, I'd firstly like to start with acknowledging the traditional owners of this land and pay my respects to elders past and present. I can't help but share with you some insights that I've had over my life. Well, first and foremost, I'm visually different, but also I grew up learning and engaging with culture and religion and diversity. And that's been my passion my entire life, is to answer the questions, who am I? Where do I fit into this world of diverse people? But I want to start with the word engagement, because for me, diversity is about difference. We're all diverse. No two people are the same. But then the individual who's diverse needs to engage. And when we're engaging, engagement, the word itself, has different definitions for different people. But if you go back into the dictionary, I believe it's to engage meaningful connection and having a contact with another human being. Now, in the 17th century, we go back and we all know that it was a legal agreement, a matrimony, was marriage, and there was engagement periods where you get to know the other person. And you got to understand them and communicate it. And it was always, well, engagement periods always lovely because it's coming from the heart. But in the world that we're living in today, we need to understand it's not just about the individual. There's a micro perspective, but there's also macro. So with the micro, it's me, myself and I, and a small community. As we know, life is about connection. So we're connecting with another human being. We feel well, we feel good, we feel happy, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So engagement is powerful on an individual level. And we take it to a global level and it blows out. And so, wow, on a national scale. That's also about engagement. We're engaging internationally, so with the global, globalization, we're engaging internationally, nationally. Then there's the social, there's the economic, there's all these advantages. We're looking at innovation, creativity. Everybody's competing, everybody's wanting to make a difference, whether it's organizational, whether it's on small scale community, not-for-profit. So engagement is powerful, but if we set the foundation and we know what we're here to do, there's no human beings on planet Earth without engaging. That's torture. It's about that connection. So my personal journey has been about who am I, who is the other person, and how can we engage? So, I think it's, I always get asked the question, where are you from? So I will start with, where am I from? Well, first of all, let me start with my name. My name is Najla. So it's nudge, nudge, and you just sing la, la, la. So it's Najla, spelled N-A-J-L-A. Surname is Turk, and I have no relations to the ancestors of the Turkish background. My husband happens to be Turkish, and I get his surname Turk. So Najla Turk. And I pride myself on being unique, because the last time I looked on the internet and did a search of my name, there was another Najla Turk out there, but there are lots, I think maybe 300,000 Najlas. So it's a unique name, and I consider myself to be quite unique. So going back, my name, background, I'm one of 5 children. And I'm the least funniest. I must admit, I am the least funniest. And origin, Australian. But I'm also half Lebanese and half Middle Eastern. Actually, Syrian. I'm a half Lebanese and half Syrian, which makes me a seriously lousy Lebanese belly dancer. Yeah, that's absolutely right. I can do belly dancing, but not very good at all. And I think it's a Syrian side coming out. So my parents actually migrated to Australia back in the early 60s. And the reason they did that is because they were looking for opportunities. And Australia was the land of opportunities. It offered financial security, employment, education, democracy, peace. Now, my father had never, ever been to school, but he had enough wisdom to know that if he made the decision to relocate to migrate to another country, he would give his children the best life. And what did he give us? What did he teach us? He did give us education. He did give us, security, great upbringing. But when I go back and I, reflect on my life, the best thing he could have given me is my values. Contribute to this country. This country has been the best thing for us. So I've contributed through employment. I've contributed, by having an education and being an educator. But more importantly, it's about instilling my value or sharing my values, of being culturally diverse and understanding culture. Growing up in a family that, believes in values of honesty, integrity, being the best version of myself. These were instilled from growing up. And I often ask myself why I'm on this journey. It's a journey of engagement, it's a journey of, connecting with another human being. And I believe that my parents both struggled coming to Australia. And when I went to school, believe it or not, I didn't fit in. Now, as a little girl, I used to get asked the question, where are you from? And obviously at elementary school, I said I was from Campsie. I lived in a suburb called Campsie. And when I was a teenager, I was asked, where are you from? By that time, I really understood my roots. And I said I was Lebanese. And then decades later, I take my children, we go to Lebanon, and I get asked, where are you from? And I'm from Australia. So this question, where are you from? And I know now when I get asked the question, I say I'm a global citizen. Does it really matter where I'm from? And this bicultural identity, am I Middle Eastern? Am I Australian? Where do I fit? It's been a personal challenge for me. And honestly, I realize I own my own fit. I fit in to people's world where I choose to, where I feel that I can add value. And I bring people into my world. But I'm not one or the other. I'm actually the best of both. And that's what makes me unique. My name is unique. I look unique. My experiences are unique. My thoughts are unique. I'm a unique individual and I own that. And that's where I'm driven to help other people stand up and own who they are as an individual. So going back over the decades as a mother, as a wife, sister, community leader, a woman of influence, bicultural woman of influence, that's what I share. I share my personal experiences. And I've written a book and, so they tell me, my editor tells me it's an autobiography. Not that anyone wants to read my autobiography, but I talk about my personal challenges. I'm not fitting in and so desperately wanting to feel that I have a place in community, whether it's a small community or a larger community or global community. And that for me has been really life-changing. It's been a life journey for me, decades of questioning my identity. But I must share with you, I really do have a really nice little story that I'd like to share. And I don't know if you know, but you will know if you follow me on Facebook that I'm a seminar junkie. I love people and I will go wherever there are people. I am a magnet and I love learning. For me, the number one value of my entire life is to learn, to grow, to achieve, to share, to connect, to engage. Because I believe that we're all humans. We all thrive for that connection. And, for me, learning is that little, what's the word? A conversation starter, talking about something that's unique, something that's different, something that's really going to shift people's thinking. Anyway, so one particular day I attended a seminar and I love the part where we get divided into groups or small pairs and we need to work on an activity. And I got paired with another lady, middle-aged lady. And the first thing I said to her is, oh, hello, my name's Najla. What's your name? And I just got this blank look. She just looked at me blankly. And I had to think for a minute. I said, oh, maybe she's not feeling too well. Maybe she didn't hear me. Maybe she's hearing impaired. And then I said, are you okay? Because it's blankless. Now her facial muscles started to drop. And are you okay? And she was just pausing, looking for the words, but her bottom chin started to quiver. And I said, are you okay? I'm just thinking, what, this woman mustn't be well. She must have some really bad news to share. And she said to me, I'm just so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I'm thinking, sorry, what are you sorry about? So, and I asked her, I said, what are you sorry about? You haven't done anything. You haven't said anything. And she said, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry because I hate you. I hate you because I'm afraid of you. You're a Muslim. I can't remember what she said after that point, but I seriously will never ever forget the way she made me feel. Whew. Why does it impact me? So why am I sensitive about it? I'm not sensitive. It pains me that there was something terribly wrong with humanity. Now, was I offended? No. Did I react? No. Am I reacting now? Yes. Did I react? No. But I just felt that I had the gift that I wanted to share. And that was the ability to engage. And I said, what is your name? And she said, Marie. I said, Marie, you need a hug. Would you mind if I put my arms around you? So I leaned forward, put my arms around her, and I said, Marie, just as you have fear, I also have fear. I also have fear of standing out. I'm here at a conference of 600 people. I'm different. But I don't want you to feel any different. To feel any feeling other than safe, to be feeling safe and comfortable. What do you say you and I skip the activity and have a little chat? So we did. We skipped the activity. We stepped outside. We sat down, had a bit of a chat. And I said, this is your opportunity to ask me any question you'd like to ask. Unsolicited questions. And boy, did I get pelted with questions. Oh, yeah. And the first question was, believe it or not, where are you from? And I didn't say I was a global citizen. I wasn't that smart at the time to say that. I just said I'm Lebanese, like that. And then she said, the next question, does your husband have 4 wives? I get that a lot. I seriously get that a lot. And I said, yeah, if he did, he would be a very happy man. And then she asked the question, what was the other question she asked? Were you forced into marriage? Truly, these are phenomenal questions, but they're not unique. These are questions I get asked all the time, but it's usually get asked after I've established the relationship, the connection's happening, there's trust, there's rapport, there's honesty, and then I get asked those questions. But straight out, yeah, sat down, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, she's shooting at the hip. Do you make your children wear the scarf? Do you make your daughters wear the scarf? Do you wear the scarf in the shower? So, oh my God, that was unique. I said, do I wear the scarf in the shower? I said, oh no, that's the first thing that comes up when I'm walking home. So I gave a little bit of an education about Islam and about myself and about my upbringing. And you just have to watch the testimonial. It's on my website. It's only a minute. But she admitted, Marie, as a middle-aged woman from the Central Coast, admitted that the one-on-one experience was mind-blowing. She admitted that she had fear from a religious perspective and a cultural perspective. And she also admitted that she had, her words, phenomenal growth. And that, for me, was gold, growth. Isn't that what this is all about? Aren't we all here to learn something and to grow? You know, in our life, we're born, we grow, we age, we mature. It's a journey, and we take our learnings with us and we impart and share with others. And we come from the heart space and we care and we make a difference, a positive difference. Don't we all have a life purpose? Now, this may not be her life purpose to engage with myself. but it's definitely my life purpose. My life purpose is to interact with one person at a time and to make, it's just a small difference. But if that person can grow, then I've made the change that I want to see. So she admits to having a phenomenal growth experience, and she's on the journey. And I seriously believe that people come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Marie and I are lifetime Facebook friends. So it's been coming on to 4 years now, and we converse on Facebook. And sadly, she's been diagnosed with cancer, and she's going through chemo, and my heart is there, and I'm supportive. And she's another woman, another human being. She's another individual that's experiencing her own challenges. And there's nothing to say that we should be blood ties and only care. If you breathe, if you feel, you have a heart, then you're worthy. You're worthy of engaging and being connected. Worthy of my time, of my efforts. And if you're not, let's assume the next person, right, didn't see the growth, didn't experience the growth, or the next person doesn't have the competency or the skill sets that I have because I was born and raised and I've got lived experience. Does that make them good or bad? Does it make them less of a person than I am? Does that make them right or wrong? Who am I to judge? I just happen to have skill sets in this area. The next person has skill sets in their area. That's their strength. That's what they're going to be sharing. I need to be open to receive. I share what I know best, but there's a lot of areas that I'm not very competent. And so on the continuum of learning, we don't know what we don't know. So I didn't judge Marie for not knowing or not being able to, inappropriately ask inappropriate questions. So my rule now is ask permission to ask questions, only because it could, get people offside, off guard. So it's just a journey, and there's nothing right or wrong. So having said that, I look back and I think, oh my goodness, what was it that trapped Marie? What was it that brought out that intense, ugly emotion, making her bottom lip quiver? And I need to be in a really fearful state for my bottom lip to quiver. And when you analyze it, it's all coming from the mind. It's a belief, there's a conditioning up here. And then it attaches itself to emotion in here. And the two compound. And it's extremely ugly, extremely negative, extremely painful for all parties. So, when I speak with people about engagement, whether it's workplace engagement, consumer engagement, employee engagement, stakeholder engagement, it doesn't matter who we're engaging with. You're engaged with another human being at the other end, regardless of what their name or title is. We need to be sensitive to what's going on in their head, because if you remember, everything that's happened from or prior to our births in our DNA, but it's all gets stored in our mind, and there's this massive collection of thoughts and ideas, and experiences, positive and negative. For Marie, what was her personal experience? Did she watch the movie called Not Without My Daughter? Has she been listening to the news? Had she had a bad experience with one of her clients as a hairdresser? I'm not here to judge Marie. I'm just here to help Marie on her journey. And just as I would love for people to reach out and help me on my journey, because it is a beautiful journey, and to just be in this place and time, and with all these challenges that are going on around the world, we need to connect. And connection is huge. And sadly, with COVID, look what's happening to the humanity. You can't shake hands. You can't give anyone a hug. Yeah? You can't be in their personal space. And we're 1.5 meters, 2 meters. I had one specialist when I visited last week. He was spraying the pen when I handed back the pen after I signed the paperwork. He sprayed this pen. How did it make me feel? Are we considering how we're, how our, the detriment to this lack of engagement and how it's impacting on people? Masks. It's covering half my face if I wear a mask. How does anyone get to see my smile? Smiling is contagious. You catch it like the flu. When someone smiled at me today, I started smiling too. We're not smiling. You walk in the street, no one's smiling. You can't even see what there's under their mask. So I put a smiley face over my mask. I still want people to see the smile. And the smile reflects what's happening on the inside. And sadly, if we're not engaged in the workplace and in community, even with this new way of communicating, Zoom and Facebook, where we're not meeting people, we're not dressing up, we're just meeting them, being in their personal space and feeling their energy and their joy and their happiness, that's detrimental to how humanity engages on a business level, organizational level, a national or global level. It's impacting the business, impacts innovation, and people in a state of fear. In my last book that I wrote, only 13% of employees are engaged in the workplace. 13% engaged. It's a lot of percent. It's a big percentage of disengaged. So what I just want to reiterate. I shared one story, Marie, a middle-aged woman. Were there differences in us? Absolutely. Age, background, experiences. But what Marie highlighted was that we have so much similarity. Oh my God, we're almost the same. And what do you think the similarities were? Both women, both mothers, both middle-aged, both valued democracy, freedom of speech, freedom of choice, autonomy. We wanted the best for our children. We want to educate them. We want them to be independent. We wanted them to stand up and be a voice and be unique. So yes, we're different, and we have to be different. My entire life I've been seen as being different. And what's wrong with being different? We own our difference, but we need to look for our similarities. Look for what's same, not what's different. When people see the difference, we call it a hijab. Yeah. Why do I feel like an imposter? There are people out there claiming to be Muslims and they have no idea how I feel as an individual. They don't know what my views are. They don't know what my experiences are. Yet they claim to be a Muslim. Well, this is a community, but it's a minority. Yeah? I'm not the imposter. I'm unique to who I am. And Mother Mary, and all the icons that I've seen, she wore the veil. This is not new. This bit of fabric is not new. Nuns wear a habit. And many cultures, years and decades ago, they used to wear a scarf as well. So it's not new, but for whatever reason, people see woman, scarf, oppression. It means oppression. Your husband's got 4 wives. You were forced to wear the scarf. No, I wasn't forced to wear the scarf. Let me tell you, I have been so liberated ever since I chose to wear the scarf. It was my choice. And my husband's like, what are you doing? Oh my God, you can't walk around wearing that thing on your head. It's a detail. I said, sweetheart, don't stand in my way. This is my choice, my body. And we have choices. And isn't it what it's all about? That as an individual, as human beings, we want to live in a society where we have choice and we have voice. Yeah? What's wrong with that? And so our difference, it's okay. It's uniqueness. It's not difference. Don't box me and say, oh, wear a scarf in a box with another group of individuals and we call them terrorists. No, I'm sorry. Yeah? Woman oppressed. Well, maybe there are, well, 2/3 of the world is democratic. But yes, maybe there are countries where culture and religion gets intertwined. The very first session that I did on culture and religion in an educational institution, educators did not know there was a difference. There is a big difference. Culture is what you're raised with. It's tradition. Your food is culture. Your dress is culture. It's, stories being shared and passed down from generation to generation. That is culture. Religion is a message from the divine creator. It's too different. I choose to wear this hijab, scarf, tea-towel, you call it whichever. Okay? Because this is what liberates me. This is what makes me feel content on the inside. It gives me fulfillment. I feel safe, secure, and connected to my creator. And that's my choice. And we all have choices. And that's my journey, to empower and support individuals to stand up and own their power. And to also look at what is similar. We need to dig deep. We need to look, because we tend to forget, because we look and we see, and our mind automatically sees the difference, and we box the individual. And I must share with you a little experiment we did in elementary school just a few months back. And we had 4 trainers, myself with a scarf, an African individual who's an African. There was a lady from blonde, blue-eyed woman from England. And then, oh no, it's just the 3 of us at the time. So the 3 of us. And we asked the elementary kids, which one of these 3 presenters was from Australia, born and raised in Australia? They looked at me, 100% of the kids' hands went up. No, not her. I was like, wow, this is profound. The African man, they said, no, he's not Australian. No, it's the dark color. No. But they looked at the blonde, blue-eyed lady from UK and yeah, 100% hands went up. She's from Australia. She's Australian. We are indoctrinated from a very young age that we fit in. Australians must be white, blue-eyed. Truly? They were gobsmacked when they found that I was born in Australia. They're like, really? These primary kids, the teachers, the librarians that came back and said, you're born in Australia? Like, what is so bizarre about me being born in a country that's not Middle East? And yeah, but the same experiment we did in the secondary school and got the same results. Nobody picked that I could be Australian. And this is my point. It's my point exactly. When we assume, when we judge, we expect, we're not always right. We're not always right. And who's to say that what's right and what's wrong? We're just another voice, that has similar thoughts. We obviously, our minds operate, but we're all wanting the same thing. And if I did a survey of everyone on the planet, I can guarantee everybody wants a sense of connection, a sense of belonging, a sense of feeling. We all want to, myself included, wants to feel a part of something. Now, just one last story I'll share with you, because it's like a profound realization for me. Growing up in high school, I spent 6 years in a high school, in college, 6 years. And I had lots and lots of friends, and I had good memories of school, amazing memories. But I felt more at home at school than I did at home, because I'd go to school and I felt a part of a community. And I'd come home and my parents were wary. They didn't let me go out, to the movies. They didn't want me engaging with the kids at school. They were afraid of losing their culture. So I felt disconnected when I was at home. I disengaged when I was with family. But I engaged when I was at school because of that sense of belonging. Fast forward 20 years. I go back to a school reunion. I was like, wow, I was so excited. And I walked into the reception lounge and it was profound. I looked at one side of the room and they're all our Anglo girls. I went to an all-girls school. I looked at the other side of the room and we had the Italians, the Greeks, Maltese, disability, and our Indigenous on the other side of the room. I was gobsmacked. I took one look at that and I went, oh my goodness. At the time, I felt a part of a community, but my community was the other. And 20 years on, we're still divided, division. You either have a vision and you project yourself forward, and a division is the divided vision. And when you have a divided vision, each one goes, it's polar opposites. Everyone goes to different angle, different direction. And that's what I saw at the reception lounge. They were my eyes looking at 2 groups of people, and it's very clear that this group were non-white and this group was white. And what does it take for that to change on the planet? Maybe it takes me to be a voice and a push through it. Yeah, I know, not by force, by through engagement, by having, you know, soft conversations. So yes, each and every one of us has a responsibility. And I pride myself on being Muslim. I pride myself on being unique. I'm not just Muslim, not just Lebanese, not just a woman. I'm anything and everything you want me to be. Because I don't fit into any box. I seamlessly go in and out. But one thing I can assure you, my value for equality, this core value that I have for equality, stems back from religion, my faith. On the 3rd, was it the 3rd? No, 9th of March, no, sorry, beg your pardon, 6th of March, 632, close to 1400 years ago. Yeah? Our Prophet Muhammad highlighted in his last sermon, it was on a Friday prayer sermon, and he said, if we can find the exact words, I must find the exact words for you. Exact words, so what did I do with that sheet of paper? I don't have it. Oh, okay. Here we are. He said, an Arab has no superiority over a non-Arab. And a non-Arab has no superiority over an Arab. Also, a white has no superiority over a black, nor a black has any superiority over a white, except in 2 things, piety and good action. And I feel that this purpose that I have, this lifelong purpose that I have, stems from that. Equality, democracy, standing up, seeing sameness, irrespective of our abilities, our disabilities, sexual orientation, irrespective of our color, our status, our educational qualifications, irrespective of the car that we drive, the house that we live in, the money that we have, the job that we have, irrespective of the country that we live, irrespective of the context that we have. As individuals, we are love, we are deserving of connection, and we are people that need and desperately need to make change. So I want to put my hand out to you because I can't touch you, but also I'd like for you to put your hand to your heart and make a vow. That we vow that we, it's no longer about me, it's not about you. If we can see our similarities, it's about the we. So we vow to make this planet a better place. And we vow to push aside our visual differences and differences of clothing and differences of beliefs and ideas and ideologies, but to go deep, deep, to look through the external, to look through what's on the outside and to feel what's on the inside, because that's how you're going to make change. We're all here to learn. It is a journey of learning of empowerment. I can't empower myself. I need you to reach out to me and empower me. And especially in these times now, especially when the world is disengaged because of COVID, because of what's going on around the world. And these catastrophes that we're seeing, whether it's fires and whether it's, civil wars, and the list goes on. We can make a difference, but we need to stand up and be united. And we need to have a vision, not be divided, but to have the vision. No fear, nothing holding you back. Remember, there's no right or wrong. We're just here to learn, to grow, to share, to be the best version of ourselves, to help others step up. And like Martin Luther King, I too have a dream. I dream that one day all men and women are going to have equality. I also dream that all people of different denominations will come together, put their hands together and move forward as one. And I also have a dream that individuals who are experiencing difficulty and challenges on a personal level are supported and guided and empowered to make change, to own who they are as individuals, to stand up, to be counted, and to share, to love. Stand with me, walk with me. Engagement is all about understanding. It's simply about respecting individuals for being different. Engagement is more about sameness before difference. We're the same because we want freedom of voice and choice and independence, equality and democracy. We're the same because we all have heart and we're here with our purpose. We all have a purpose. It's a matter of finding our purpose. And in the interim, we're engaging with humanity. That is what is before difference. Now, irrespective of how I dress and the color of my skin and who I say I am, we should be united. So stand with me and join me, and thank you so much for your time.